First, the criminalization of pregnancy outcomes. We are seeing a rise in prosecutors charging women for miscarriages and stillbirths, alleging that their behavior, usually drug use, caused the death. In Oklahoma, Brittany Poolaw was convicted of manslaughter after a miscarriage at 17 weeks because she admitted to using meth. The autopsy was inconclusive, but the jury convicted her. This sets a precedent where any pregnancy loss is a potential crime scene. If a woman skips a prenatal appointment or doesn't take her insulin and miscarries, could she be charged? This turns the doctor-patient relationship into a forensic investigation. This is fueled by digital surveillance. In a post-Roe world, your phone is a witness against you. Prosecutors are using search history, how to get an abortion pill, location data, geofencing clinics, and period tracking apps to build cases against women and providers. Tech companies are under pressure to hand over this data. This connects back to our Tarasov and genetic privacy discussions. In the digital age, there are no secrets. RJ advocates urge women to sanitize their digital footprint, treating their own health data as contraband. Second, the pendulum swing on mental health. In NYC, Mayor Adams issued a directive allowing police to involuntarily hospitalize people who appear unable to meet their basic needs, even if they aren't threatening anyone. In California, Governor Newsom launched care courts to mandate treatment for the homeless, mentally ill. Both are attempts to lower the bar of O'Connor versus Donaldson. They are pivoting back to paternalism. The argument is, it is not compassionate to let people die in the street. The counter-argument is, without housing, this is just a revolving door of arrests. We are watching the legal standard of liberty being renegotiated in real time. Third, the constitutional crisis of federalism. We are facing what legal scholars call the fugitive uterus problem. Can Texas punish a citizen for traveling to New Mexico to get an abortion? Normally, states cannot regulate conduct outside their borders. If you gamble in Vegas, Utah can't arrest you when you come home. But anti-abortion states argue that the victim, the fetus, is a resident of Texas, giving them jurisdiction. This challenges the dormant commerce clause and the right to travel. We are heading toward a conflict between states that looks uncomfortably like the 1850s fugitive slave debates. We are also watching the Supreme Court case regarding EMTALA and Idaho. If the court rules that state abortion bans trump the federal duty to stabilize, it breaks the uniform standard of emergency care in America. It means that the definition of emergency care is no longer medical, it is political. It would allow states to carve out exceptions to federal safety nets based on ideology. This would fundamentally weaken the power of CMS and the federal government to set a floor for healthcare quality. Finally, the expansion of conscience clauses. Historically, these allowed doctors to opt out of performing abortions. Now, we are seeing laws allowing pharmacists to refuse to fill prescriptions, or insurers to refuse to cover PrEP, HIV prevention, based on religious objection. The Trump administration created a conscience and religious freedom division within HHS. The conflict is, does your license to practice medicine compel you to serve the public, or does your religious freedom allow you to pick and choose patients? The trend is shifting toward protecting the provider's conscience over the patient's access. What does this mean for you? As future leaders, you will be working in this minefield. You will be advising hospitals on risk management. Can we treat this ectopic pregnancy without getting arrested? You will be advocating for patients who are caught in the gears of these laws. You are the guardrails. Your job is to understand the law well enough to protect your clinicians and your patients from the worst excesses of the state. This brings us to the end of Module 6. We have seen that the control of reproduction and the control of the mind are central functions of state power. The reproductive justice framework gives us the tools to see the connections between a sterilized prisoner, a woman denied an abortion, and a homeless man arrested for sleeping on the subway. They are all battles over who owns the body. In our next module, we shift from analysis to action. How do we change these laws? We will learn the art of advocacy, coalition building, and writing the policy brief. Next week, in Module 7, we stop just admiring the problem. We start solving it. We will bring back Kingdon and Bardak. We will learn how to write a policy brief that a senator will actually read. We will learn how to build a coalition of bootleggers and Baptists. Get ready to write. The theory portion of the course is over. The practice begins now. I leave you with the words of Frederick Douglass. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. Your job is to learn how to make that demand effective. See you in Module 7.